Welcome to Bible Journeys with Jen and Jamie.
I'm Jen.
And I'm Jamie.
And we're so glad that you have decided to join us for the ultimate road trip this summer, where each week we'll travel to a new place in the Bible and check out what happened there. Ready? Let's jump in. Look at that.
Welcome.
We can go for a float in the Dead Sea.
Welcome to the Dead Sea. It's time to freshen up a little bit.
Because we are definitely not swimming in the Dead Sea because it's so salty. So even though we're at the Dead Sea, shockingly enough, there are no actual biblical events that took place here at the Dead Sea. Not a one. Nope.
However, it is mentioned in Scripture.
Oh, of course.
But Scripture uses it more as a reference to like a boundary line, a boundary marker, and then also as a key element in some like future changes, but not anything that's like
wink, wink.
And Jesus and the disciples went floating in the Dead Sea.
They went for their annual salt scrub.
Their scrub.
It is mentioned in the book of Numbers, though, as a way to define the eastern border of the Promised Land, which is flowing with milk and honey, unlike the Dead Sea.
Yeah. The southern end of the sea is where we typically put the geographical location of Sodom and Gomorrah before their destruction happened, which also then, Lot's life turned back and looked and turned into a pillar of salt. There's so much salt in that area.
Very salty. Very salty. The western shores of the Dead Sea did provide refuge for King David as he hid from Saul and all of those bad events that took place in his life during that time.
And then in Ezekiel, the prophet shares about a time when fresh water will flow from the temple in Jerusalem into the Dead Sea, transforming the toxic, lifeless waters into a vibrant ecosystem where fish thrive.
Ooh, I wonder if we will ever get to see that.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I don't know.
Well, since we've looked at the past, let's flash forward to the future and see where we are today.
Look at that! We're still at the Dead Sea.
We're still at the Dead Sea.
Dead Sea.
Forgot our swimsuits though, because you can attempt to swim in the Dead Sea.
I knew I forgot something when we packed for this trip. I forgot my swimsuit. Sorry, guys. But yeah, as you can see, the Dead Sea is still the Dead Sea. It is a landlocked salt lake. Like salt. It's bordered by Jordan to the east, West Bank on the west, and Israel you can find in the southwest.
Yeah, and it's an interesting lake because there are no outlet streams to it. So like we said, it's landlocked, it sits low, and there is nowhere for the water to go other than evaporate. Yeah. And so it is low.
It is. It's the lowest land-based elevation on Earth, which makes it the very saltiest body of water on Earth, which makes swimming similar to floating. So therefore, you just go in and float. Now, like, I've been to the ocean, like Pacific, Atlantic. Like, I can't stand that saltiness in the water. I can't even imagine being in the saltiest body of water where, like, you always, as a kid, want to float, right? I mean, that's your goal, is to float. Well, this, you don't even have to try to, you don't have to hold your breath. You don't have to, like, lift your body.
I was going to say, on the flip side, it is,
float.
It's kind of good. Like, you don't have, like, waves crashing over you. Like,
I mean, this is true.
The likelihood of getting, like, the salt water in your mouth is pretty low because, like, I mean, there's pictures of people, like, sitting in the water, like, reading a newspaper or something, because it's so similar to floating. The salt water is so harsh that it makes for an environment in which like plants and animals cannot flourish. So there's no marine life that's in there. There's no anything.
Hence the name Dead Sea.
Dead Sea. Nothing can survive.
Literally nothing can live. Can you imagine though if they would live in that environment? You would just see like fish and
floating
animals
fish.
Float. It would just be weird. So another interesting fact. I'm not sure it was a good choice by the British, but nevertheless, the British have a golf course named for Sodom and Gomorrah on the northern shore.
Look at all the places
I said
in the
that.
Bible.
Sodom and Gomorrah golf course.
So
built by the British. I'm not sure why.
it's literally called Sodom and Gomorrah Golfing Society.
There you go. So
I mean, Sodom and Gomorrah, we talked about it. It is close. The southern part of the sea is where we put Sodom and Gomorrah. But there's just certain things I don't think you need to name things after.
Nope.
And Sodom and Gomorrah would be one of those.
Could have gotten away with another name, but nevertheless, that's what they named it. So there you go.
It is becoming quite the tourist spot. So Israel has 15 hotels located along
capitalizing on the tourism, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Israel has 15 on the southern shore, and Jordan, on the Jordan side, 9 international franchises have opened resorts and resort apartments.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go stay there because it's such a popular destination.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily popular for like the biblical events that happen there, because like we mentioned, really nothing biblical happened there. It was more of a geographical locator. But people are coming because they want to try to float in the water, and they want to get the medicinal qualities of all the salt and the scrub and the ways that it's good for your skin. Also close to there is the spot where the Dead Sea Scrolls were found up in the mountain. Back in 1940, and so you can actually see that location, and you can go up to that area and look down on the Dead Sea. But yeah, so people have kind of come from all over for various reasons, other than the biblical ones, to see the Dead Sea.
So I know that we, recently have talked about the places we need to go to, because clearly the City of David National Park and, those types of things are places we should be going. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I could take it or leave the Dead Sea. Like, it'd be cool to see, but I also am like,
you don't want to go
salt.
you don't want to go visit the Dead Sea and then go play around a golf at Sodom and Gomorrah.
Listen, I struggle with golf to begin with. I can't imagine saying that I just played a round of 18 at the Sodom and Gomorrah Golfing Society. I'm going to skip that one. That's not on a bucket list.
No?
So.
Okay. Well, the more you know.
Yeah, so we can safely put the Dead Sea behind us, and we hope that you will join us next week as we take a closer look at things from the Bible back then and what they are today. Hopefully the next place makes a little better choice in naming things. But we'll see you next time on Bible Journeys. See you then.